Hi, my name is Phil Routley, and I want to welcome you to Timothy, my son. Paul writes to Timothy, "Command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but to put their hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. Command them to do good, to be rich in good deeds, and to be generous and willing to share. In this way, they will lay up treasure for themselves as a firm foundation for the coming age, so that they may take hold of the life that is truly life." Paul's talking to you and me. We are rich. Our oldest son spent a couple of months in Brazil when he was 19. While he was there, he visited the favelas in Rio de Janeiro and saw poverty which convinced him that compared to that, there is no poverty in Canada. In North America, we have the privilege of being amongst the wealthiest people on the face of the earth. A couple of years ago, the average annual salary for someone in Rwanda was $744 US. In Bangladesh, $1,740, Vietnam, $2,976, Philippines, $3,156, India, $3,600, Russia, $7,242, China, $10,502, Mexico, $16,298, Italy, $37,752, Japan, $40,573, Canada, $48,849, USA, $63,093. In wealth per adult, North America, the median is $82,539 US per adult. The median for the world is $7,522. For Africa, it's $1,068. I'll put some links at the bottom of the blog for more detail. So Paul is talking about you and me when he says, Timothy, command, not suggest or encourage, but command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant. What do you think of arrogant people? They really bug me. They're a bunch of know-it-alls who love to flaunt their lives in front of others, both snooty and snotty. They think they're better than me. Everything they do is so people will be giving them high fives and backslaps. When people in the early church were generous in supporting the ministry, Acts 4, they were commended for their giving. When Ananias and Sapphira gave, in Acts 5, they were looking for the same accolades and lost their lives as a result. Be careful. Be very careful about the heart attitude that's behind your actions. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, "Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven." So when you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets as the hypocrites do in the synagogues or on the streets to be honored by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. Matthew 6, verse 1-4. In other words, if your actions are to impress others and they give you the praise, that just might be all the praise you're going to get. But when you give of yourself secretly, God will give the reward, and you can be assured it will be of infinitely greater value. And when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Matthew 6, verses 5 and 6. There's a real temptation, even among believers, to live lives as if this world is all there is. There's nothing wrong with having nice things. We certainly do. But this life is not the be-all and end-all. It's just a foretaste of glory divine. Our daughter's been able to serve the Lord in the Republic of Georgia, Zimbabwe, and Bangladesh. She's experienced more poverty than I have. I will never forget the conversation when she returned from Bangladesh and her saying, "Dad, these Christians have nothing, nothing, and yet they are so full of joy." I want a taste of that joy, and I want some for you. In eternity, yes, it will be there, but how about right here and right now? It won't come from stuff or bank accounts or cars or houses or even vacations. It comes from investing our lives in the kingdom of God and reaping the dividends.